Alright, I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, and I had some time tonight, so I'm posting some videos that I wanted to make a couple weeks ago. Triple H. Now, I've been watching wrestling. I got into wrestling pretty late, but I know enough to make this video. I've pretty much followed Triple H's whole career. I didn't get into it until probably about 98, I believe, so that's a little late compared to a lot of the guys on here. But from what I watched it pretty much religiously. So anyways, about Triple H. The guy's pissing me off right now. The fact that he's, as True Slayer would say, he's the reason why WWE is in this strangle right now. They don't have any stars because Triple H refuses to put anybody over. You know, I can understand that he's, screwing the boss's wife, but to have that kind of political power is beyond me. The fact that he puts guys down so he can be on top, and I can understand that. The guy is a great wrestler. He's a great entertainer. I think he's boring on the mic, which a lot of people would disagree, but honestly I think he's boring. He, like the Rock says it the best when he comes out to the ring and says, "I am the game," and I say absolutely nothing. If you've never seen that video, just type it in, you'll find it. It's The Rock sums it up the best. Triple H's mic skills. And to be honest, I don't even think The Rock is that great on the mic either. I think he's repetitive. And what I mean by that is the fact that he pretty much says the same stuff every week. And to me, I didn't like him on the mic. It's like you get the mic for as much time as he had, it seemed like he was wasting it. And maybe I'll make a video on what I mean by that later. But anyways, Triple H pretty much buried the tag team division. Also, I know True Slayer said it, some other guys have said it, but basically he's absolutely right. And basically what I'm on here to say is, really, I think we should just start boycotting Triple H because he's ruining the company. It is him, not anybody. I wouldn't blame anybody else. I can understand maybe if this would work if they're planning on getting Triple H the title, which I think is probably going to end up happening. But then I don't agree with it either because really I don't know who I'd rather have champion, John Cena, who I hate, or Triple H, who I also hate. I've always hated Triple H. Pretty much, I hated him in DX. I mean, people loved him and I hated him. I've always hated Triple H. I don't hate his in-ring skill. I'm just saying, as a wrestling fan, I've always hated him. My favorites have been, I've always liked Kurt Angle. I liked Brock Lesnar. I liked Stone Cold, obviously. Some of the ones I've always liked. Ken Shamrock I liked. Yeah, he didn't have much time, but I liked him. Big Show I've always liked. I like, see, basically with me as being a fan is, I don't flip-flop like a casual fan would do, who's ever the face you cheer for. There's certain guys I like, and no matter pretty much what they do, I'm always going to like them. And there's guys that I hate, and I'm always going to hate. The only example of me actually flip-flopping was with Edge. I like Edge now, well, before he got injured. I liked him as his rated R superstar gimmick, or before when he was going for the World Heavyweight title and he never got his title shot. I didn't like him when he was a face. And a lot of people liked him as I never did because he seemed kind of unstoppable, like no one could beat him when he was a face. And that's what I really hated about him. But anyways, I'm ranting here. Anyways, I'm getting so sick and tired of Triple H. The fact the guy is pretty much burying everyone. He buried the whole tag team division. He buried Carlito, and Raw's coming to Monday night. Coming to Milwaukee, and it's my home state. Not my home. That's actually where I was born. But I'm from Wisconsin, and I was going to buy tickets for it, but now I refuse to because it's the main event. I don't know if you guys know because It's been on our radio, and it's a steel cage match between Carlito and Triple H. And really, yeah, Triple H is going to win it. And maybe Triple H might, what am I saying? He's not going to put him over. But I'm saying maybe he might Carlito might win. But I doubt it. It'd be kind of cool if he did, because then all this stuff with us coming out here and pretty much hating on Triple H, we'll have to really step back and say, oh, maybe they might be going somewhere with this. Maybe Carlito won't get buried after all. Maybe they're, Another thing that's been pissing me off is the way they've been using Chris Masters over on SmackDown. He turned into a jobber. And there's people that hate him, and there's people, they think he's garbage in the ring. That might be true. I don't see what's wrong with him. He's a big guy. I think he moves pretty good for his size. But I like Chris Masters, and I'll come out here and say I like Chris Masters. I liked him since day one. I liked his gimmick. The way how he would come down and pretty much be like, not really a monster, but his arrogance or the strength. He had like superhuman strength or something like that. And he was better on Raw. I don't, ever since he went to SmackDown, hey, come on, Chuck Palumbo beat him. Chuck Palumbo. What are they, and that's another thing I want to go on. What are they going to do with this guy? Is he like a Undertaker ripoff or another? Do people forget about the American Badass or what? I don't know. I mean, that's just, someone please, or WWE please, what are you doing with Chuck Palumbo? Are you going to give him the world title? You're going to give Chuck Palumbo the world title. I don't see where they're going with this. And a guy that's talented, or I wouldn't say talented, but a guy like Chris Masters can be a legitimate world heavyweight champion. He doesn't even, I can believe him beating Batista for the title. It's believable to me. I can believe that he can be the man to take down the great Khali. It's this, what they're doing with Masters, and pretty much what WWE is, entertaining wrestlers. They're basically there to entertain you. And Chris Masters is not one of those guys that is boring, I would say. I like his wrestling style in the ring. He's got that power. He's like one of those power-feeding hungry giants, or whatever I was trying to say there. Kind of like the Big Show, but not the Big Show. The Big Show's just big and fat, and he just dominates or pretty much kicks the crap out of everyone he wrestles, and then he loses at the end or wins. But the whole thing is, I've always liked Masters. He could perform a good squash. And I think they should do something with him. The fact is, they're letting this this young, talented, I keep saying talented, this young guy that has so much potential, kind of like, I liked him when he was with Carlito, when they had a good tag team, and they never got the titles, but that's something they should have thought about. But the whole thing with Masters, what are they doing with him? Another thing is, I honestly, I thought that with putting Masters on SmackDown, he was actually going to get the push he deserves. Another thing is with, I don't even know, I'm not even taking the whole 10 people getting busted with steroids in consideration, so I don't know if he was one of the 10. If he was, then I can see what they're doing with him. But pretty much, he really hasn't had a decent run since I stopped watching. I stopped watching wrestling probably in, let's see, Cena had the title, and he was feuding with, it was right after Angle went to SmackDown. Because I think it was 2005. I was really into watching it just because there was a reason why I was watching, because I wanted to see Cena lose the title. And what pissed me off, and how Kurt Angle tried so hard to put John Cena, or to make him better than he actually was, and the fans just didn't buy into it. I think there was even a clip where Kurt Angle was pretty much went out to the crowd, pointed and called them all bastards, made them